In this video, I'm going to explain fretboard dots again. In a previous video that I made when I was starting this channel out, one user in particular was not happy with the answer that I gave, so I thought I would do a more in-depth video explaining the fretboard dots
again.
Now, the first thing to understand about fretboard dots, they are position markers that serve as a visual aid to help you navigate the fretboard. So first and foremost, they are shortcuts for helping you memorize the notes on your bass strings that you will be stacking chords and scale forms on top of. You can essentially use these dots not only to serve as a quick visual aid, that's the 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 9th fret, 12th fret,
15th fret, 17th fret, 19th fret, 21st fret,
and so on, but they are also to help you remember certain bass notes so that you can either plug in the appropriate chord shape or scale. Fretboard dots serve as shortcuts that help you navigate the fretboard and help you learn faster. There are many different types of fretboard markers, and it can be kind of confusing, but they all pretty much mean the same thing. Some of them look like this, while others look like this. They're generally dots on the fretboard, but the most important thing for you as the guitar player are the dots that are on the top of your neck. As you can see faintly here on the top of the neck of my guitar. On this guitar, you can see that the dots are actually quite hidden, and I rely on the top of the neck in order for me to find the notes, chords, scale forms, and so on whenever I'm playing. One way that fretboard dots can help you to learn faster is like this. I know that this is a G chord. One of the reasons I know that is right here on the 3rd fret where this very first dot can be found. That note on the big E is a G note. If I play a G major scale, I know that it starts and ends with that note, and I can branch out from there. As I learn more and more, I can find other forms as well. Modes. And so on and so forth. In standard tuning, I can rely on these dots for quick bar chord changes. For instance, I always know that this A form bar chord on the 5th fret with my first finger on the A string there of the 5th fret, I know that this is always going to be a D minor bar chord. Right here between the last two singular dots before the 12th fret is the 8th fret, and I know that that's always going to be C. So I can use that to plug in an E formed C bar chord shape every single time. Another really helpful aspect to the fretboard dot markers is they help you navigate when you are performing live or in a studio setting. I've even seen some of my favorite guitar players use a neon electrical tape on the top of the neck of their guitar instead of just relying on the dot in scenarios where there will be poor or virtually no lighting for them to rely on in order to play correctly. The same goes for the studio. Generally, the conditions can be made more comfortable in a studio setting for recording. But the dots are still helpful because they serve as guides and position markers for whatever you're playing. Maybe you remember that you have a lick that you play here. I can remember that lick because I always remember to start on the 7th fret and slide up to the 9th fret. Then the rest of this lick sort of just falls into place because I've played it a few times. Take the forbidden riff, for example.
No stairway, denied.
Derivative of A minor bar chord in the E form, and we're just using these last notes. And I have come to associate the 5th fret with being the position marker for A. Another thing about fretboard dots that is not talked about as often is that they can be used in a creative way for coming up with your own material. Some people, like myself, starting out on the guitar, I didn't have a theory-heavy foundation when I started playing, and so I relied on odd and even fret numbers to remember certain chords that I liked, certain licks that I liked, certain riffs that I liked to play. I don't know, there's something to it. How do fretboard dots factor into your psyche as a guitar player?
Let me know in the comments what you think.
So there, I've explained the fretboard dots again. I hope that this time it was to your satisfaction and that you gleaned something from it.
Let me know in the comments either way.
Fretboard dots are neato. You know what else is neato? In the description of this video, there's a link to a packet that I think will help you a lot. It's helped lots of other guitar players. It is loaded down with information that will help you become a better guitar player today. Check that out. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.